Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? All right, great, great, great. All right, let's go through my positions in a few minutes. What I use Interactive Brokers, their trading platform to see the gappers. I think there are some free websites also, but I'm not sure. I used to use some free website before, but I don't remember what it was. And I also use Twitter. Like Twitter is also pretty good to find gappers. Let's get started in a couple of minutes. This coronavirus plays are popping up everywhere. It started with 3-4 names and I already have 18 names in my list now. They're pumping everything on this thing. They're pumping everything. Oh yeah, need to do this. All right, let's start with EPCM that I shorted on Friday on the stream. I've covered up most of my shares. It was a pretty nice trade. I only have 3,000 shares left out of 10,000. Again, pretty nice trade, close to 50,000. Can't complain. Yeah, it was a classic sell the news event, and also the market helped, obviously. The market weakness helped. MNK, maybe I get stopped out today. We'll see if it closes below 460, I'm gonna sell it. GSX also helped by the market weakness, very extended stock, and now it's pulling back. I wish I'd shorted more of this, but yeah, I still have more than 2/3 of my shares. I had 15,000, now I still have 11,000, but I have some orders in for lower. It's almost a 20% pullback from the highs so far. So actually I'm gonna cover some more in pre-market. This is close, if we can go down a couple of more bucks, it will be a 6-figure trade. So that's a pretty decent one, can't complain. Okay, next one, TDOC. This one is holding up really well above the rising 10-day moving average. Then I'm really managing this on the weekly chart. I'm gonna use the weekly 10 period and the weekly 20 period moving averages as my stops. HoCGN is a piece of shit I had for a while. It doubled and now it's been going sideways for a few weeks. SDNE, another one I've been holding for a few weeks. Ultra choppy chart, right? It's probably one of the choppiest stocks I've ever traded. But yeah, I'm just trading my stop. It's about break even now and hasn't really gone from my entry. ESTM, another piece of shit. Can't they start pumping this one as a Corona play? Like, I'm in from way lower. It would be nice if they could make this thing double. Alibaba pulling back. Again, this one is also, I'm managing this mostly on the weekly chart. Yeah, this coronavirus is hitting China, and obviously this is why it's pulling back this much, but we'll see. You know, the world will probably not end this time either, so I think the dip buyers will come in eventually. RAD, I've been long for a few weeks. It's really losing. It was originally like the Iran play, you know, remember a couple of weeks ago, war with Iran. That apparently went away, and this thing is, you know, totally dead now, volume-wise. Chumi is holding up really well. It's also holding up the volume really well. I think this thing could easily have another leg higher to low mid-teens over the next few months. So this is, I'm gonna keep, you know, I'll stock this thing and add to my current position. Tesla is a nice one. You know, finally a six-figure trade on it. Found support on this rising moving average in pre-market, and we'll see. I think they report, yeah, 29th. So they have earnings soon. I think it's gonna be a sell the news event. The earnings, honestly, especially with the market this soft right now. But you never know with Tesla. And I'll keep adding on downside ranges, especially after earnings, depending on how it acts. AVLR is gapping down a little bit. Yeah, about break even is my stop on it. A little bit below break even. It still looks good on the weekly. It broke out, had a little bit of a move, and now it's pulling back a little bit. We'll see if it finds support on this rising 50-day moving average, or the 10 period weekly. Apps is gapping down a little bit. I'll probably, on the weekly chart, this thing has a lot of air down to like high fives. I'll probably sell it if it starts breaking down below 690. I don't know. We'll see how it closes. Facebook pulling back a little bit. Again, this China coronavirus thing, it shouldn't really affect Facebook at all, but if anything, it should be a net positive. To plug gapping down a little bit. We'll see. If it closes below 378, I'll sell all of it. DXCM, another one, just holding up well. SC holding up well, even though this is a Southeast Asia stock. But again, coronavirus should be a net positive for this thing, since it's like internet and gaming and stuff like that. You know, people sit at home and, you know, play games instead of going to work. I don't know. Lake gapping up. I bought it. I bought it initially on Friday. I think I got stopped out. Or no, I never got stopped out because I didn't have a hard stop in it. And then it kind of rebounded, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll keep it. And yeah, I have 5,000 shares from Friday. I sold 1,000 pre-market. Twix, I had 10,000 shares from Friday. when it took out the opening, well, not opening range highs, but the intraday highs, like high 40s average. And it was just a bet, in case coronavirus would spread over the weekend and the markets would gap down. And I was right on it. It was a little bit of a gamble, and so far it has worked pretty well. I have 10,000 shares from high 44s, I think. Yeah. We'll see where it goes. And the APT, this one, I'm long since a couple of days ago. I'm still a little bit pissed. I had a buy order, stop order on Friday for 20,000 shares at 549 or whatever it was. And I canceled that order, unfortunately. But I still have my core from lower. And I sold a couple of thousand pre-market. Let's see where it can go. And then there's a bunch of, AHBI. NNVC is a short watch potentially. They had an offering a couple of sessions ago at $3, and now it's rebounded and taking out those previous highs. So I'm gonna let it do its thing, and then I don't know if I'll short it today, but maybe over the next few days if it keeps going crazy. BPMX, CBLI. Wow, this thing is up over 100% pre-market. Yeah, so there's a lot of things gapping up. Hard to chase. I know I had about 30,000 shares 4 days ago and stopped me out. Oh, this coronavirus plays have been really choppy for me. LLIT. Oh, there you go. Man. All these useless stocks they're pumping, but that's what happens when a sector and when there's fear in the markets. And we've seen this many times before with Ebola, with body cams, with fuel cells. There's so many different themes. Mariana, they stop pumping all of these worthless stocks. And it's kind of hard to chase them too, because you don't know which ones are gonna go, right? Like out of these 19, which are good buys now? I don't know. It's so difficult. Okay, the markets are open. Tesla is right on the rising 10-day moving average here. Tesla is so far bouncing on the rising 10-day. I've covered some more GSX. I'm down to half size now, or slightly less than half size. Have to lock in. Oh, EPCM. Did I get filled on any more of those? Nope. Yeah. EPCM, I'm out most of my shares. Wow, Soxel. Too bad it couldn't bounce a little bit more on Friday. As I laid out in my game plan, I wanted to bounce back to, I think it was like low mid 320s, but it never came. I would have shorted a couple dozen shares. Oh, that would have been a nice trade. The SPC is obviously gapping down a little bit. Yep, that one hurts from Friday, from last week overall. That one hurts. So far we have a reversal of the open, pretty much everything reversing, which is both good and bad since I'm both long and short. Bunch of stuff. I'm pretty much I don't know, I think I have pretty much neutral exposure, but obviously my longs are longer term than my shorts are. The Mariana stocks reversed on Friday also, like Tilray. I really like the setup, but now it faded and broke the flag to downside. Maybe it sets up again if the market shapes up. Beyond Meat, yeah, wow, it's not dying. Interesting. That's actually interesting. This thing is not going away. Maybe in a couple of days, if we can, tighten up here, build a little bit of flag in the flag, maybe we'll get another squeeze. That's absolutely something I will be paying attention to. Definitely. Good eye on that one. Really good eye on that one. NNVC, I'm trying to short some on a bounce to high 15s. I'll try to short some, like a third size. Okay, BCRX, CRS. Yeah, a lot of these coronavirus stocks are reversing also. But I don't know. I mean, if this thing keeps spreading and getting worse, I think some of these corona names, even though some of them have already doubled, tripled, I think they could double, triple again very easily. I do think so. I'll stock some of these. Okay, let's see if I can get filled on some NNVC. Like they could do an offering anytime, I think. Wouldn't it be crazy if they did another offering at $3? That would be so insane. Is Sweden safe? Dude, Sweden is very safe. It's far from China. I don't think we've had any cases here yet. Or I hope Sweden is safe. Well, I guess it's safe until it isn't, right? Do you guys know how to activate timestamps in the chat? Because I can see what you write, but I have no idea when you wrote it. Like I don't know if you wrote it like 10 seconds ago or 10 minutes ago, because I don't look at the chat very much, especially near the open, since there's so many things going on. Do you guys know how to activate, if you even can activate timestamps? I have no idea how to do it. Chatting settings. Oh yeah, okay, that icon. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, here. Okay, let's see here. What's more? All right. Okay. Yeah. Great. Thanks. Now I can see that. Now I have a little bit of a clue when you guys wrote stuff. So I have an order of 15,000 shares set in at 15.7. Oh, maybe I already got filled on it. No, I didn't. 1570. Like a small starter, white stop, $2 stop on it. I don't even know if I'll get filled on it. Hopefully I get. The way I see it, $2 stop for this starter. Obviously I'll add more if it tightens up. And there's easily $5-6 of downside from these levels, so wait, why is CBLI up? Is it because of coronavirus or is it something else? APT, yeah, I'm not really doing anything here. I'm pretty much betting. I sold some pre-market, tiny. I still have 20,500 shares left out of my 25. So I'm pretty much, raising my stops, and if this coronavirus thing keeps spreading, I mean, why can't this thing go to double digits? It's done it before. During Ebola, this thing went up. This thing went from $2 to 10, over 400%. And right now it's only up, 100%. So, this thing could easily double from here. Yeah, or maybe, I don't know if it's a good dip buy right here. I don't know. I'm not a great dip buyer. I pretty much never buy dips. I'm a very bad dip buyer. But yeah, APT, I think, I'm probably not gonna do anything with it today, but over the next few days, if it sets up again with a nice range on the 60-minute chart, just like it did here, it built a range and higher lows and stuff like that, I'll add to it. Why not? It trades much better than Lake does. Much, much better. Much, much better. For some reason. Okay, GSX is reversing higher. I lowered my stop, by the way. I still think this thing could easily pull back to like high mid 20s over the next few weeks, but since it's an easy to borrow, I'm not really paying a lot of borrow fees on it. So, I have no problem holding this thing for a few more weeks. BABA, so far a great reversal. But if we close below this 200 level or 199 level, I will size down on it. SC, nice reversal. Yeah, pretty much everything is showing nice reversals so far. So cannot complain. Twix, I didn't sell any. I'm still holding my 10,000 shares. Maybe I'll regret it, since I was up like 70,000 on it and I didn't lock in any. You know what? I'll lock in tiny, just to lock in some, like 10% of my position. Again, a lot of the stocks I have, or the plays I have, is a bet that the coronavirus thing will get worse. And they're just offsetting the losses on my long holdings that are pulling back. So I have pretty much neutral exposure. Like, I have some long exposure, some short exposure. So I'm not really making money either way right now. Pretty much my plan is really like stuff like Jumia, or not Jumia, this is more a pump stock, but like stuff like BABA, SC, STNE, TDOC, AVLR, etc. These are, nice growth stocks, real businesses, lots of institutional holding, buyers coming in, and I think these things will be much higher over the course of this year, unless like the market goes in a bear market, of course. So all of these other things, I see them pretty much as hedges, like APT and Twix and Lake and all of these things. They're pretty much hedges to smoothen out my equity curve. So let's say the market goes like today on the gap down, I gave back several probably like 200,000 on my longs, but I made like 200,000 on my my hedges, so it kind of smoothens it out. As I said, I'm not really making money either way. Even if we pull back more, I wanna keep my long stocks, unless they really start breaking down and stop me out. That's another thing. But I think this is just a scare. It may get worse, but it's not the end of the world, right? I mean, how many hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu every year, like the common flu? It's like globally, there has to be like 1 million deaths easily just from the common flu. So we'll see what happens. Did I get filled on NMVC? Oh, let's see here. Oh, I got filled on almost all of my size. 14,000 out of 15,000. So yeah, so I'm short NNVC 14,400 shares at 1570 average. I'm risking $2 on it, so about almost 30,000. And we'll see what happens. Let's see. So retesting VWAP. I'm lucky I got filled. It printed 1571. So I have a pretty wide stop on the starter, and ideally it goes sideways here for a few hours, and maybe we get a breakdown or something. The reason why I'm shorting this one and not all these other things is because this thing already had an offering. I think there's a good chance they'll do another one. And it's also up pretty much. It's up like over 300% in a few days. So this thing is up the most out of all of these. Maybe with the exception of CBLI, but this one just gapped, so I'm not really sure about this one. Yeah, a lot of these things have reversed from the open, with the exception of Vivo, which is still going higher. Lake reversal, NVAX just chopping around. BPMX reversed lower, APT reversed lower, VXRT is kind of shopping around. INO reversed lower, V reversed lower. Yeah, pretty much all of them have. So okay, Codex is actually holding up. This thing could be a long, maybe later in the day. I'm pretty much looking for ranges, so I may buy some of these later in the day or the next few days if they build some nice ranges on the 60-minute chart. Otherwise, I probably won't touch them. You're short LLIT, dude. This is the day 1. Oh, okay, it's day 2, but yeah. Okay, never mind. I thought it was day 1, but it's day 2, so that's okay. You're short AHPI. Yeah. A long Codex. Yeah, Codex, I'm looking at this one. It's a clean break here, 280. But what I want to see here is it goes, builds at least, 3-4 candles on the 60-minute chart with higher lows. But so far it's holding up really well compared to some of these others, absolutely. And it's pretty liquid too. It traded, yeah, it's probably gonna trade well over 15 million shares today. Okay, let's do another scan here. Chewy, Peloton. Twix. I should have sold some pre-market too. I think this thing traded Yeah, it traded in the 53s pre-market. Should have sold a little bit. Again, I'm really thinking, it's more of a hedge than anything else. So just to protect my equity during this little correction here. So far the markets are acting great, but we'll see, if we start fading back later in the day. What is this? VCNX. Oh, it's another Corona play, I guess. Probably. Yeah, this usually happens like once or twice per year when a sector lights up like this, and a lot of stocks get pumped. What is this SXT? Is it China SXT Pharmaceuticals? I'm gonna go on a limb here and say this is a Corona play. So if I did a Twitter search, I'm pretty sure I would see people pumping this as a coronavirus play. I'm like 99% certain. I don't even gonna do that Twitter search. I'm just gonna assume it is. Let's put it. Yeah. Okay. So this list is 21 stocks already. Tesla. What's going on here? Yeah, nice reversal to the upside on Tesla. PRNB is just at a hit piece from Kerrisdale Capital. Very thin stock. Also, earnings season is upon us. I'm gonna show you the earnings calendar. Last earnings season was really good. I caught some pretty nice stocks. Like LK was the crown jewel, I think. This thing more than doubled on me. I think I was up like over 300 grand at one point. So this was, and with the ad, I think I was up like 400,000 at one point. Now I'm all out. I sold it when it started breaking below this rising 10-day. But this was the crown jewel of last earnings season for me. I still have SC. Well, I didn't buy it on earnings per se, but I bought it after earnings. But I still have like TDoc, which I bought on earnings. I bought the XCM on earnings, and this thing, it's just grinding higher. TAL was a big miss for me. It pulled back the last couple of weeks, or last week or so, but this thing was, had a pretty nice move, and so far it's holding like support levels. I don't think this earnings season is gonna be as good. I'm gonna show you guys the calendar, so you see what I mean. So today is last week there was a few earnings reports, but this week, especially Thursday, Friday, it's gonna be quite a few. Thursday is gonna be close to 100 events, and Wednesday, Thursday, around 100 events, and then next week is when we get a little bit heavier with the reports. And yeah, over the next 4 or 5 weeks, there's gonna be a lot of companies reporting. But a reason why I don't think it's gonna be as good of an earnings season is because last earnings season, the Nasdaq, which last earnings season lasted from like mid-October to early November. If you look at the Nasdaq, markets started breaking out of this, nice range with higher lows, and we had this kind of a move. So obviously a lot of our stocks went up. quite a bit. All the stocks I mentioned previously, I probably missed a few. But now, like, we are already kind of extended. I think over the next few months, the markets are not really gonna go higher. I think we're gonna pull back, go sideways, and shop around for the next 1 to 2 months, or maybe 3 months. I don't know. So I'll be cautious on the long side. Yes, I may buy a few pump micro cap stocks like this Corona place, but they don't really care about the market per se. And the fact there's not really a lot of great setups coming into this earnings season. Like last earnings season, there were some insane setups like LK, coming out of its IPO base, had gone sideways for 6 months. And then they released the earnings and it broke out, had more than doubled. We had TAL, the one I passed on, also coming out of a long range with, all over a year with higher lows. TDOC, same thing here, higher lows, had a long range, came out of it on earnings day. DXCM, same thing here, had higher lows for like a year, or almost a year, had a long kind of a range here, etc., etc. And there's not that many nice setups coming into this earnings season, really not. So, but it will be interesting to see. Hopefully most of my current holdings will have some nice follow through, but I'm not sure how many earnings I'm gonna trade this earnings season. Obviously we'll see. It's gonna be a long earnings season. It's probably gonna last for another 5 weeks, so. But generally that's my opinion about the earnings season for now. For now. One thing I learned over the years is you really have to pay attention to the market. I've always been I've not always been good at it, and I've always, if I see a good setup, I buy it. But there are market environments where you're gonna get shopped around really bad. You just keep buying every good setup. And I think the next couple of months is gonna be a very challenging period for my type of long swing position trading. Wow, GSX, what a big reversal so far. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, plug has had a nice reversal from the gap down. Looks good. Oh, no, what did I do here? Okay. Is BMX in my long watch list? It should be here. NNVC, I'm stalking it for ads, but I prefer to wait for a few hours, see if it can break down. Later. Oh, so this is why it's up. A pure play on US online sports betting. Interesting. Oh, okay, interesting. So DraftKings are gonna reverse merge with this thing. Oh. Damn, too bad I ignored the news on this thing. DraftKings, aren't they pretty big? How big is their revenue? DraftKings revenue. Over 200 million? Interesting. Okay, something to keep an eye on. This Deke, or soon to be DraftKings. I know. I was long on this day here. And then it stopped me out the next day. And then it went up 70% without me. So no, I didn't catch the I know trade on the long side. Unfortunately, no. Did you? Yeah. Yeah, this thing likes to pull back, unfortunately. You know, Friday too, it gapped up, had a reversal. Now it's gapping up again. You know, it's just, you know, gaps up, reverses. This is more like a buy the pullback setup, but obviously it's easy in hindsight. Yeah, maybe. Absolutely. Very possible. So far it held a rising support, it reclaimed VWAP. Yeah, I'll set a hard stop in place, but I'm not gonna cover it. I'll stick to my original game plan. I'll lower my stop by a few cents, but that's that. All right. It wouldn't be bad if it squeezes back to like mid-high 16s. I'd love to see this thing potentially put another lower high or something. But yeah, obviously it could squeeze and go to 25 also. I don't know. Okay, interesting. Now Lake is stronger than APT. It's like Lake is like starting to take out highs of the day here. What? Man, these things are so weird. So now Lake is stronger than APT. Okay. Alright. I'm not complaining. Maybe I'll even add to it. You know what? I'll put it on my long watch list. Like if these things, like I want to wait for later in the day. I'm not gonna trade anything now. If these things can show strength late day, maybe we'll get some more follow through. Oh, you're talking about NMVC? Oh yeah, over 15. So with this range here, and then you short it below 1360. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're gonna wait for the channel. I see what you see here. Yeah, channels are great. Channels and momentum stocks are great to trade. Absolutely. Okay, EPCM has failed its bounce so far, or it's kind of fading back towards lows. but TSX is at near the near its highs of the day. This one is showing much more strength. Oh, Twix is about to take out the highs of the day. Really? There you go. Now I'm really happy I didn't sell more than only 1,000 shares. This one too, you know, maybe I'll add to it late in the day. Hopefully it doesn't go much higher right now. Codex. Oh, yeah, wow, took out the highs of the day. Was there any coronavirus news coming out? There must have been a headline because I see a lot of these things popping. Beyond Meat, yeah, I'm putting it in my watch list. Over the next couple of days, gonna be very interesting. I'll be AFK for a couple of minutes and then I'll do the last scan. right, I'm back. What are you guys trading? If you are trading anything. Obviously, this is more of a... I think we are entering a more of a day trading environment and short-term swing trading environment over the few months, over the next few months. I think it's going to be much more challenging environment compared over the next few months compared to the last couple of months. Long NNVC 1427. Oh, you bought it today? Well, I'm always adapting. Like I said pre-market, I laid out my game plan for this earnings season. All right, I'm gonna do another scan in a couple of minutes, and then I'll probably be done for today, or with the stream at least. Obviously, I'm gonna keep stalking some of these Corona plays. Slake is really interesting. NVAX potential. I think they have an offering coming or something. I don't know. Enter sales accord with B. Riley FBR for 100 million shares. Yeah, okay, so they have a pending offering, I think, or something like that. Yeah, and NVC is a very dangerous long here. That's why I'm short. It's one of the ones that it's up 3 days in a row. It's up 400% in 3 days. And I think it's a very dangerous long here. I really do. Doesn't mean it can't keep squeezing. I mean, obviously there were a lot of comfortable shorts in this thing, so that's why it squeezed in the first place the second time around. But yeah, And now the markets are going higher again. Oh, markets are about to take out the intraday highs. Very nice. Not nice for some of my holdings, but very nice for some other of my holdings. So, and then VC. Yeah, I think I'll add more soon because now it's below VWAP again, and you could use this $16 area as a stop for those ads. Yeah, I think I'll add another 15,000 shares. I'm short 15,000 shares. I'll add another 15 probably, or maybe even more. We'll see. I have a total of 60,000 shares borrowed. No, 40,000 shares. But I don't think I'll use them all. I don't think I will. Okay, let's do the scan. On a lot of things since the markets are down. No, sorry, wrong one. Okay. I go through my positions one more time. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have a great trading day and I will see you tomorrow.